Well, hello, hello, hello. This is Stephen and Connie Jacks at Beyond the Listing, and today we're going to interview Davis Bull, and we're going to do that right now. Well, all right, guys, here we are. How did we get ourselves here doing podcasts?
It was probably one of my crazy ideas, honestly.
Yeah.
I think when we got the studio, I was like, let's do a podcast.
Right. So we are here today with Davis Bull. He's an agent with our brokerage, and he's an all-star on our team. And so, Davis.
Tell us all the things we need to know about you.
Yeah, because I feel like we're going to interrogate you right now.
We're going to be
and
here
there's
a
nothing you
long
can do
time.
about it. You're on camera, so.
Oh my God. Well,
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Well, I'm from a small town outside of Montgomery called Lounsboro. Not many people know where it is.
Where the heck
It's
is Lounsboro?
halfway between Montgomery and Selma. So if you're going to Selma, you're going to drive straight through it. I don't even think there's a red light in the town. There's a gas station, and then there's just like some old houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
I grew
cool.
up there on 150 acres. My parents own a cattle farm there. So not a lot of people would expect that from me, I feel like. They all think I came from like Atlanta or Nashville or something.
Right,
but
because of like your personality
Yeah.
and the way you dress and your
Yeah.
car and everything,
Yeah. No, I grew up a farm boy
Really?
out playing with cows.
So you were really growing up out playing cows. Was it more of a simple life, or do you think it was,
No. My parents are hardworking people, but like we always had nice stuff. So it was not like a typical like we live on a farm and like a older house. Like it was a bigger house that they had built in 2007, and just had a lot of cows. That was kind of my dad's side thing. My dad is a technician at a car dealership, and my mom retired from the state a couple years ago and is actually the town clerk for Lounsboro now. So just kind of lived out there.
So a hardworking family,
Yeah.
down south, Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Did you work on the farm? Did you do
I
any?
did.
Yeah.
I
So,
did.
yeah.
I would put boots on, get out there in the field,
Right.
work the
I
cows,
can respect that.
Yeah.
cut the grass. I mean, all the things. Like, yeah, I wasn't afraid to get out there and get dirty.
I can tell that
No, I mean,
is
like,
definitely
yeah.
has probably shaped some
Oh,
of
yeah.
your personality and
For sure.
And, yeah,
When you got to
hard work
roll
real
up your
estate.
sleeves and
Yeah.
just get stuff done.
For sure. Yeah.
You've
No,
already
it's-
been there, done that.
It's definitely shaped me into the person I am, I think. So not
Okay.
afraid to get dirty and get down to work. So
Well, we hope you never have to, jump in a mud puddle and save somebody. But if
sometimes it's fun.
if it happens, we can count on you.
Oh yeah. I got you.
So grew up small town. I respect that. Same
Yeah.
same for me.
Yeah.
I think if you talk to a general, population of Alabama, we all have a somewhat similar.
Yeah, everyone lives in a small town, I feel like.
Similar story, right?
Yeah.
So, what were your aspirations growing up? Did you go to college? So,
No. So I went to a small private school, and I graduated with 17 people. Like that was my
Oh.
entire class. So
17.
And I think our entire school had about maybe 300 people, and that was literally from like kindergarten to 12th grade. So I knew just about everyone in our
Sure.
school. I knew who their parents were. I knew where they lived. I knew their grandparents. Everyone knew everyone. So as a kid like myself who was very ambitious, I was very excited to get on to the next thing. As I was graduating, I had planned to go to Savannah College of Art and Design. It is an art college in Savannah, Georgia. Very cool school. But as a middle-class working family, it's a very expensive school.
Right.
And when I was hit with how much it was going to cost,
Which is how much?
I mean, it was going to be about $400,000 for 4 years of school.
Oh my!
And I was like,
Wow.
it was scary for me because I was like, am I willing to take that risk
Right, because that's a
and
lot.
potentially not succeed with what I wanted to do. Not that I thought I wouldn't, but it was just, that's a lot of money. And as an
For anybody.
18-year-old, that's like very daunting. And I did not want my parents to have that responsibility because, you know, they've worked so hard to get where they are. And I've just never been someone like a kid who was like, oh, I'm going to make my parents pay for it. So when I found out how much it was going to cost, I kind of took a step back and I was like, all right, let's rethink things, which I was kind of devastated at the time.
Sure.
Kind of went into
Yeah,
like a
I mean,
weird
like, this
depression.
is what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, it was
and-
literally like a couple weeks. Like I was a couple months from moving.
And
and
what
it-
did you want to do?
So I was going to go to school for fashion design. It's either fashion design or interior design, but I really wanted to focus on fashion design and then do a year abroad in France. So they had a cool campus in France as well. I was all into it, but
Right.
I just didn't know with paying that much, you know, it's either it's really going to work or it could just kind of work. And I wasn't willing to put that much money on the line for it to kind of work. So I did not do that and got into a little rut for a minute because that was my entire senior year built up to that moment of going there and I didn't. And as a kid who lived in a small town who's always wanted to get out, it was very hard for me to see everyone who I went to school with, because you remember, I only went to school with like 17 kids in my class. It was very hard to see them all go off to college and do the things and, you know, make new friends and go to Atlanta, Auburn, Tuscaloosa, wherever
Sure,
they
yeah,
went.
all the
Yeah,
all the big
so
ones.
it was very hard. And I kind of started thinking, you know, well, what else can I do? Because I've always wanted to do something big or just something that I really enjoyed. So I thought long and hard about it. I thought maybe I should just move to Nashville. Maybe I should move to Atlanta. And then I got a job in the meantime while I was figuring things out at Best Buy. So I was your
Well, you do what you
home
can. when
theater
you got,
specialist. I was selling TVs and sound bars and all the good stuff out there. And I think one day it just kind of clicked that maybe I should try real estate because as a kid, I was always very interested in architecture, houses, things like that.
Right.
And I was like, well, I did a little research into it and I figured out that, you know, hey, I could go to real estate school for like $400. So I pulled the trigger and signed up. I think classes started in like January of 2022 is when I started classes and went through classes, maybe a month and a half it took me and passed the test on the first try. And I think within a month after passing the test, I had my first listing and it kind of took off from there.
That's pretty good.
So,
So-
from 400,000 college expenses to
To $300.
$400
Yeah.
for a real
Yeah.
estate class,
Yeah.
and you're on your way.
Yeah, literally. Sky's the limit.
Well, let me back up for just a second because I think it's really important to recognize that you were going through something.
Yeah.
There was some serious disappointment going on in your
Oh,
life.
yeah.
And how did you deal with that?
Just day by day, I took it. I mean, I've never been the kind of person to just sit around and mope around. I mean, I believe in feeling the emotions, but I also believe you feel it and you get up and you do the next thing. You
Right.
can't dwell on it.
Right.
But I mean, it was hard. I mean, it was really hard. I mean, I was very disappointed. I was disappointed
Sure.
in myself, disappointed that, you know, everything that I felt like my school career had built up to was a failure. I mean, I had always taken school so seriously. I was salutatorian of my class. Like, it was,
It was a passion.
yeah, I mean, but I did that because I knew that I wanted to do big things
You were
and I
climbing
needed to
out
do,
of the small town that you
yeah.
wanted to get out
So
of.
it was very disappointing. It was very hard, but I just kind of had to take it day by day and just not really think too much on it.
Well, I think it's so admirable for you to talk about that because I think that a lot of young people that don't know what they want to do, that don't know what they're going to do,
Yeah.
they feel like, you know, what is the next step?
Yeah.
And it is a natural process really to just have to figure some things out.
Yeah.
And where you are sitting back looking right now, like it was all really meant to be.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it definitely clicks now, and I talk about that all the time, with my husband and everything. I'm like, if I would have went that route, I probably would have never married him. I wouldn't have the house I have today. I wouldn't have the career I have today. I don't really know where I would be. I know that a lot of the kids I graduated with are still at college. They're still partying. They still have, minimum wage jobs, which is fine, but it really clicks now that what happened was meant to happen
For a
because
reason.
now I'm here.
It's funny how that happens.
It is.
Right? Like something happens, it's detrimental. But what I admire about it is, and I think we've all been there where something devastating happens in your life that you didn't let it be to your detriment.
No.
Like you just sort of, hey, this sucks,
Yeah.
but I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
I have a question,
Okay.
because you go into art school, obviously and wanting to do fashion, obviously that takes a person that has a creative mind.
Yeah.
Do you think real estate was almost the perfect occupation for you? Because there are some creative outlets, I believe, that are
Sure.
within real estate that maybe gives you that freedom.
I think it is. I think, real estate can be, you can really do what you want with it. It's not just selling houses anymore. It's, content creation.
Right, now
all
we're
of
content
that.
creators.
So,
But also too, do you think that helped you, like, maybe even within your listings, like, use that creative mind to say, hey, let's put some stuff here, let's put some stuff here.
no, for sure.
You know?
I can be a control freak sometimes when it comes to my listings because, I have a background in photography as well. So sometimes I have a hard time paying a photographer to take photos because I'm like, well, they're not going to do it how I want it done. So sometimes I take photos on my own listings just because I'm like,
You know what you want.
Yeah. So
You know what needs to be shown.
yeah, I think, there's definitely a lot of ways to use my creative outlet in real estate for sure, especially with
That's super
listings.
cool. No, I love that.
So you get into real estate in 2022, and that was not honestly the best year in real estate to get into
No.
real estate. So tell us a little bit about your first year in real estate, kind of how that went.
I think my first year in real estate, I made like $8,000. So I wasn't like killing
Which is
it.
pretty typical.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that.
I did sell 3 houses that year. Or no, I sold 2.
Yeah.
Sold 2.
Yeah.
But got into real estate right when everything was going downhill from what I was understanding at the time. Everyone was talking about, 2021. Oh, everyone was fighting for houses. Rates
Sure.
were low. I got into real estate when rates were about 5, and I've watched them go up from there and go down and go up and, wherever they are.
Right.
So I don't really know what the pre-COVID or
What that life
huge,
was like.
yeah, I don't know that.
What the low rates of the after
Yeah.
the pandemic looked and felt like.
No,
Yeah.
I have no idea what that's like. And a lot of people are surprised when I tell them that, I've literally, I guess, most real estate agents say, well, you've been in the business in the hardest years that we've ever been in for the most part. So I'd like to think that that will help me if we ever do get back to a different kind of market to where things are so-called easier. I don't really know what easier is. I've always had to get out there and really work for stuff.
Sure.
So,
It's not real.
Yeah.
It's not
Just
easy.
go ahead and say there's no easy.
Yeah. So, yeah, but no, I've always been in a odd market.
Sure. So first year in real estate, you sold 2 houses. Didn't make a ton of money, but you kept going.
Oh, for sure.
And so just for everybody that knows, you didn't start with Real.
No.
You're with the Luxe Group at Real right now, but you did not start there. Tell us what brought you to Real.
Well, I was with a larger franchise brokerage, and I think I got a lot of great training from them. And I think, sometimes that it is detrimental for agents to get in and learn how to write a contract and how to fill a
Sure.
net sheet
Oh,
out.
God, yeah.
So I will give that company that. But I think the biggest catalyst for me with coming to Real is I knew they were on my radar because I had worked a couple deals with other agents in Montgomery at the time who were with Real. And they had approached me about it and was like, you should come to Real. It's great brokerage. It's a lot more modern. It's a lot more, they just kind of said it was a lot more me. But I think the huge catalyst for it was the fact that I had a client who had obtained as a buyer, and he was going through a divorce. And we had talked about selling his house. And at the time, this was going to be my largest listing I'd ever had. So I got excited about it. And, I think as any newer agent would, I went to my broker about it and I said, hey, I've got this really big listing coming up, can you help me with it? Can you, make sure that I'm doing the CMAs correct? Can you make sure that I don't go in there and look like an
Right.
idiot?
That's what
Well, I did that.
any good agent would do
Yeah,
that.
I did that. And in our office, we had a what I like to call a favorite agent. It was very obvious throughout the entire time I was there that there was one agent who was favored. And lo and behold, that listing that I had coming up, she ended up with. And I later found out that my broker had told her that she was a better fit for it and that I would have never gotten it.
Wow.
So that kind of really pissed me off,
Of
to be
course.
matter of fact.
Absolutely.
And I kind of right then and there said that they would never get another dime of my commission check. So
Sure.
that day I signed up on my computer and joined Real. And I sent an email and said,
Peace.
my words, and said that, if I wasn't a right fit and wasn't a good fit for a luxury property, then I would go somewhere else where they thought I was. So joined Real as an independent agent for over a year. I was by myself. And then I met y'all at lunch one day, and here I am.
Well, I have to
Small
tell
world.
the story of how we met and just getting to know you,
Yeah.
which I think was so fun for me because like I was the broker at the time, the qualifying broker for Alabama at the time, and I had seen you on lots of Zooms and lots of videos and just kind of getting to know you through social media. You weren't one to call me very often with a problem because you figure things out, but the interactions that we always had were so great, so positive, and we had a listing, and you wanted to come do a video for that listing, and met you at the house that day. You did
Yeah.
some videos, and that was great. And then you asked me about expanding the Luxe Group, which I was not for in the beginning. I was like, no, we're good. But you were persistent,
Yeah.
and you made a real case for why we should expand the Luxe Group to Montgomery. So
Yeah.
why don't you tell me a little bit about like your thought process behind that, what you were thinking and how that kind of came about too?
Well, I never was intentionally like, that's what I wanted. But I knew that once I started seeing y'all's stuff online, I was like, dang, they're selling some cool houses. I want to learn more about them and what they're doing. And I think it turned into us, I think we grabbed lunch at the club. And y'all were not what I expected you were going to be in the best way possible.
I don't know if that's good or not. But
In the best way possible.
okay.
I remember that day. I had
was
such a great
nervous.
time.
I was nervous because, when you see successful people online, you have this almost pre-notion that they're going to be a specific type of way.
Sure.
And y'all were very down to earth, funny. I think I laughed more on that lunchtime I've ever laughed before. It made me comfortable. I was like, okay, these are real people. They're very successful people, but they also understand and have been where I'm at and where I've been. And I think, just talking with y'all and learning about what y'all have done, where you've came from and where you're at today was a huge inspiration to me and wanted me to even grow more. And, I think we started talking about like expanding the team and whatnot, and it just kind of went from there. And it's definitely the best decision I've ever made and has changed my life. So,
Oh, we love
I'm
that.
super glad that you reached out
Yeah.
and wanted to expand because honestly, I don't even see the Luxe Group without you.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
You know?
It's been so fun. So we put the Lux Group in Montgomery,
yeah.
and then you made the decision, what, a year later after that,
Probably about a year later.
that you wanted to expand even more into Birmingham.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, y'all are selling huge houses up here. I was like, I got to get in that. So, no, Birmingham is a different type of market for sure. And Montgomery is great. Montgomery has a lot of old money, a lot of new construction and stuff, but it's not Birmingham. Birmingham is probably more than double the size of Montgomery. And I just saw it as an opportunity to even expand my business even more than
Sure.
it already is. So,
But who doesn't want to elevate their
Yeah,
business,
yeah.
right? You know, it's kind of like, hey, I've been doing this Montgomery stuff for so long, but now
Yeah.
I'm seeing that there's an opportunity to kind of elevate that and
yeah, I
you
felt
know,
like the ceiling height in
Sure.
Montgomery was a little lower than I wanted it to be. So
Right.
I was like, well, let's add 2 cities in it. It's
Let's grow
only
it.
like an hour and 20-minute drive straight interstate. So you just throw a
Makes
podcast
sense.
on and go up there, show some houses, and do all that fun stuff. So
Well, it's also been super fun to watch you grow because last year you had a great year. So that was your third year in real estate?
third year. Yep.
Third year. And you wound
Man.
up closing over $6 million last year.
Yep.
23,
I
20,
think it was 23.
23,
23
24 homes,
transactions.
yeah. And
That's insane.
that was
Which
an
was
amazing year.
more 23 transactions. I sold more homes last year than I had sold my entire career alone last year. So
Crushed it.
double.
I mean, it's every time I turn around, there is something on social media with
Yeah.
Davis's name on it, a house,
Yeah.
content.
Closings under contract.
Right.
Yeah. So
I tried
Yeah.
to skip one because if you like it, then that means like, you know, it'll come up. So one time I tried to skip it, and then when I did, it was just Davis Bull again. And I was like, how did this happen? No, I'm just kidding. No, I like and comment on
Yeah.
all of Davis's stuff. So that way, you know, that's how,
A little boost. In
yeah,
the
a little
algorithm.
boost on the
Yeah.
algorithm.
yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. So Monteagle,
Okay.
let's talk about Seven Monteagle Way.
Seven months ago.
We've done a podcast on it before, and I think it's important to talk about, you know, having you up there to be part of that. So one of the requirements that we made for the team was that if you want to be in the luxury listings, you've got to take and earn your CLHMS, which is your Certified Luxury Home Marketing Specialist designation.
Yeah.
It's a mouthful. But you did that pretty quickly after joining the team.
I think I did it in like a day. I was like, okay, challenge
Right.
accepted.
But
We'll do
but it's
it.
really not just something anyone can join, right? Like there's
No,
some
you
criteria
Right.
to join
Yeah.
join this. I mean, you have to close at what, a certain amount? And
Certain
you're in the-
amount of transactions over a certain price point.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And pretty much in the top tier of like
yeah,
Right.
your
for
area.
wherever you're at, for sure.
Yeah, sure.
So
So you took the challenge, got your designation, and then you were there with us to help
probably
us
the
shoot.
next day.
Yeah.
As soon as I got it done, I was like, all right,
I
I'm
got
ready.
the golden
Let's
ticket,
go.
baby. Let's go.
Literally.
It's time. So you came to shoot some videos at Monteagle when we were filming, and tell us about that. What kind of experience did you have?
Yeah, I mean, I always enjoy our content days, so I knew I definitely wanted to get in on that. Super fun. The video I did went semi-viral, and I ended up getting a couple buyers off of it, but it was a super cool experience. I mean, the house does not convey online. I mean, it's just one of those things you have to see it in person. I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just,
Right.
you don't really have many words for it other than it's just like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So-
for those that, I mean, maybe we didn't mention, but those of the people who don't know what Seven Monteagle Way
Yeah.
is, it's the biggest house in Alabama, right?
Yeah,
Right.
largest private residence. So it's it takes a long time to show it. I helped a couple times. I mean, y'all had a lot of people
Oh
looking
my
at it, and
gosh.
there were days I would come up there and I felt like we would be there all day long, and it was
We
like
were.
And we were.
like tour guides,
All day
literally.
long.
Yes.
And it was like, I mean, my feet would hurt after showing. I mean, it literally, to do it right, it takes about 3 hours to show one person that
Right.
entire property.
No,
I
I
mean,
agree.
from the house to the guest house to the horse stables. I mean, it's huge.
I remember showing that house one time in a pair of heels.
Yeah, no.
And then
That was your last time?
that was my last time, first and last time to show the house in
Yeah.
a pair of heels. So I went and bought a great little pair of Valentino flats and wore them out.
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
bet.
I'm embarrassed now at the scuffs and all the things on them, so that they can't be worn anymore. But yeah, you can wear a pair of shoes out there for
Oh,
sure
yeah,
at
I
that
got a
house
bunch
and
of
with a
steps
quickness.
in.
Yeah.
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 My step
Yeah.
goal was
Right.
exceeded those days.
Right. Right.
So yeah, no, that was a really cool experience. And that's just like another reason that like being on this team, like I would have never have had that opportunity if it wouldn't have been for, you guys letting us in on that. I mean, most teams I feel like wouldn't do that. They would get the listing and they would hold it very close to themselves and say, this is mine, don't do anything with it.
Right.
Which in some respects I understand because, when you get something like that, your name is on it. You want it to be a certain way. But I think something that y'all do such a great job at is making sure that we have really high expectations to be on the team and we have to meet those goals that y'all set for us, which
Well, it's a standard, right?
Yeah.
And how are you going to learn if someone doesn't set those standards for
Exactly.
you? So I think that's super important to talk about and to know. And my personal passion, for other agents and for the team is I had a really tough experience getting into real estate where no one was willing to help me.
oh yeah.
And I always said that if I had the opportunity to help someone, that's absolutely what I was going to do. And I want to teach, want to teach you guys what that feels like, what that looks like. Because if someone, would have given me that experience or opportunity earlier on, there's no telling, where I would be. But
Yeah.
it is a huge passion of mine and a goal for you guys to learn hands-on experience in luxury listings and have the opportunity to market those listings for yourself, because you've got a really high profile client right now from that,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
We had one of the backup offers on it. It was a really
That's
high
insane.
one
I
too.
know.
Yeah.
And-
That was
We were keeping our fingers
I
crossed for a lot of
know.
reasons.
But yeah, I got a really good client out of it. We're still looking for the right one.
very cool.
It's not every day that a house that big comes on the market. So
Sure.
they're kind of holding out for that right now. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely changed my career being a part of that and all the other listings. I mean,
That is so cool. No, thank you for saying those things.
Yeah.
I feel so uplifted right now. Like,
Right.
man, we're doing something. We're changing people's
yeah,
lives.
no, you are. So you've changed mine.
I do want to make a difference in agents, and I don't understand the mindset of other teams who wouldn't allow someone on their team to come in
Yeah.
and tour it, show it, video it. I think I saw a post not too long ago that really caught my eye. It was an agent complaining, saying, "Hey, someone in my brokerage shared my listing, gave me credit for it, but didn't ask me for permission."
Yeah.
And I
I
was
saw that
like,
too.
"You saw that,
Yeah.
right?" And I was like, "Well, isn't that what we're supposed to do?" Is
I see that as free advertising.
That's free.
Share
I mean,
my
we're
listing. As long as you do it,
and what is in the best interest of the seller? That's what we always say is, Davis, you can reach so many people that I don't have an audience for.
right.
Yeah.
And if you're sharing that and you're putting things out there, then I like let's sell it. Let's figure out a way, together. So that is something that we have never complained about. Anybody sharing,
No.
something that we have.
Right. I mean, what's mine? If I have it, please
Yeah.
share it. Like a lot of these websites, and I really wanted to comment back, but I'm one of those guys that just sits back and just reads the comments and exit out and keep going. But Zillow's already doing that for you.
Yeah.
Homes.com's already doing that for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either you can allow the people that you know and love to share your stuff, or someone that you don't know is going to come knocking and do it for you.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm a huge proponent. Like, share my listings. I listed one yesterday and had several other agents share it, and I always will comment and say thanks for sharing. Like,
Right.
I mean, hey, you're
Yeah.
getting, like you said, they have audiences that they reach that I can't reach, and maybe one of those people want to buy it.
Right. Because, what's more detrimental than someone sharing it without calling you
Yeah.
is you not selling it.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. And I think the agent to agent relationships in this business are so
Oh, it's
so
huge.
important, because I'm sure, Davis, that at some point you had an opportunity for that agent who took your listing, or, like what goes around comes around in this business,
Oh,
right?
it
So,
does come around. Yeah.
and I feel like that it's important that, that, and again, our motto, work hard, be kind. And, it's always about collaboration over competition, and like, let's just do what's best.
Yeah.
I grew up in the business and always hearing, oh, it's a cutthroat business. And I still believe it is, to the degree of the relationship that you have with those other agents. But if we can develop those great relationships where, like, we just want to work with great people.
Yeah.
And we have so many times where, agents that bring us offers, or we take offers to other agents, they're like, we know you're going to get to the closing
yeah.
table. We know you're going to work hard for your client. And, let's try to figure out a way to work together.
For sure.
So I think that, having that opportunity to make sure that you are putting that back out there, again, the collaboration over competition and just being as helpful as we can, that's always our goal.
Yeah. And, I welcome competition. Like, if it's done, in the right way, you can't complain about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree completely.
And so, do you think the people who sort of took your listing now sort of feels like, hey, maybe we made a mistake?
No. I mean, no.
Let's just be
I mean,
really
like,
honest
If
here.
you want me to be honest, no. I mean, their broker, she's retired. And the agent who took it from me, I mean, I don't see her stuff. I
Right.
mean, I don't know if I really said it, but when they did take it, they listed the house for a year. Like, it sat on the market for a
Right.
year and then did not sell. And then I ended up getting the listing back.
Karma.
Whoa.
And I sold it in like 60 days.
This is
So,
okay. So this is the story right here.
Yeah.
It's like, so the
I
people, they
mean-
stole your listing.
yeah,
They did not sell.
no.
They were on the market for a year, and you got the listing back.
Yeah, I was determined. I was working with the husband as a buyer. And,
Right.
throughout the whole process, we were looking at houses. I mean, we had put offers on some houses, and it was contingent on their house selling. And I was like, what are they doing to sell it? And he was like, I don't know. I haven't heard from her in a while. And it was just like very clear that nothing was being done for this house. I mean, this is a $900,000 house in Montgomery. This is a high price point for Montgomery.
Oh, yeah.
And, just putting a sign and photos up on the MLS is not going to sell the house.
No.
And, I think they came down to a dispute towards the end of their listing agreement. And I just told them, I said, give me a shot. I don't think you're going to regret it. And we sold it.
Can we cue Taylor Swift, Karma?
I mean, literally. I think I played that song. That was like right when all that was going viral.
Oh, sure.
And when he called and told me, hey, we're giving you the listing, I literally played that song in my car, and I was like,
That's
yep,
so
I did
funny.
that.
Yeah, that feels good.
Oh, yeah.
Like and you sold it, and you did a great job with that house.
And found them a
and the
house too,
marketing.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got him a house. He was super happy. I mean, we had worked together for almost 2 years by the time we were done. I mean, we were friends by the end of it. Like,
Sure.
I don't think a lot of people understand that. Like, real estate sometimes is not just a
transaction.
Yeah, I mean, like I have so many clients now that I could call and we could talk on the phone for an hour, or even clients that like we hang out now. I mean, I truly, you're not only just selling a house, you're creating relationships. And I think that's another big factor of why I love this business is the connections you make throughout it.
Well,
Me
Davis,
too, brother. Me too.
yeah,
I
getting
mean,
started, and gosh, this is your fourth year in real estate. Um, where do you see it going this year?
I don't even know. I try not to think about too hard into like where it's going to go and whatnot. I think I just ultimately know that I have certain goals that I have in my head that I want to meet every year, and every day I just wake up and I'm like, what can I do to get one step closer to that goal? Whether it be getting a new listing or getting that buyer that we've been looking at houses, they finally find the one. What are those little baby steps that I can make every day of the year that get me to that big goal?
Can we talk about that for a minute? Because,
Yeah.
like, all of
yeah,
the
I need to know what
agents are
that
going to know,
routine's
like, yeah,
like.
what does that look like? So, what
So,
are some of those steps you take every day?
I mean, every day I get up, I have several clients who I know that are actively looking right now. So I think the first step I take is I look on the MLS and see what is new. I send it to them. I do that while I'm drinking my coffee. I will look a mess. I'll be sitting on my couch, wherever. I'll then get in, look at the MLS, see what expireds, terminated listings there are for sale by owners. I mean, a lot of people sleep on that and they don't want to call and they don't want to do the things. And then those are the same agents complaining that they haven't sold a house and don't have listings. So I think you got to get out there and
That's
call
true.
people and
That's
do
so
the
true.
stuff.
I know, I don't know how much time we have, but a lot of agents believe that once they get their license, their phone is supposed to be ringing off
Oh
the hook.
yeah, you
How
think
many
you're
times
gonna?
have we heard that,
I mean,
They think you're
honestly?
gonna get your license and you're gonna sell
your
two five hundred
friends,
thousand
right?
dollar
Your
homes a
family,
month.
everyone's supposed to call you, but that's not what happens, right?
No,
Like you have
no,
to get out there
it's
and
crickets.
grind,
Yeah.
grind, grind,
Yeah,
and
no,
do like what you're saying. Get on the MLS, call these expireds.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of hustle that goes into real estate that I think that people just don't, you know, they don't know.
I think we just do a good job at hiding.
Hmm.
I think
Right.
that's like
I
we do
love
a
that.
very
I
good
mean,
job at
it's
hiding
perfectly said.
everything that goes on behind the scenes.
Hmm.
And I think sometimes maybe we should do a better job at showing what we're doing. I mean,
Right, because what we're doing behind the scenes, it's not sexy, right? It's
no, I
not
mean like
like
Montague. I
Hmm.
mean, I remember y'all cleaning it. I mean,
yeah,
I've literally got a listing right now. I mean, yeah, you get out there, you clean it, you like change the light bulbs. I've painted a house before. Like I will do anything.
same.
And it's like people don't want to see that side of real estate or don't think that that side exists. And I
Right.
think that
Well,
separates you from
I
the
think
yeah,
other agents.
it's just been blurred. Oh, I love that song, by the way. It's been blurred by what they see on TV
Oh, yeah.
or
yeah, that's the myth.
Like
The myth is the
HGTV.
selling sunset is the myth,
No.
right? We
Oh,
walk
my
around in
God.
high heels all day and we do nothing. We work for
No.
five
And you
minutes and
argue
we make
and
a $500,000 commission and we
right.
lunch and
go
gossip
shopping.
and go
Yeah.
shopping and throw parties the
I
rest of the
wish it
time.
was like that. It's
Right.
not.
I don't think 1% of my year is like that.
No, not
So
at all.
yeah, so there's a lot of hustle that goes on behind the scenes, and you have I'll just be the one to call this out, as team leader here, like so much grit and so much determination, and I saw that from you early on,
Yeah.
and you have so
He's a
many
go-getter, man.
yeah, but the leadership qualities that you have and that you portray are just amazing. So not only in your own listings and in the way that you work, but also helping other agents
Yeah.
too. You're the first one on the team to reach out to people to say, who needs my help.
Yeah.
You're the first one to volunteer if something needs to be done. So, kudos to you for being that person
One
to
thousand percent, man.
yeah
Like
raise your
you
hand.
crush it, man.
Yeah.
Well, I
On
appreciate
all
it.
levels of on the real estate spectrum. And I mean, I found myself sending videos that we do to you, and I'm like, hey man, does this look like crap or what?
Yeah, you'll do that.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. You'll send me a video, and then I'll get a text from Connie a few minutes later, like, tell him it's awful.
Yeah, right.
Because I know Stephen will listen to you after he's not listened to me.
This is true.
So, yeah,
I mean, so no, I found myself too like, hey man, could this be better?
Yeah.
it's a true community around here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, this has been fun.
Yeah, and I think we've definitely run over our time. But Davis, man, thank you for being
Yeah,
here.
thanks for having
Thank
me.
you for taking the time.
Absolutely.
You're amazing. You crush it. And
I can't wait to see all the amazing things you do, because this is just like, I don't think you realize it, but I hope you do. Like, this is just a drop in the bucket
Oh,
for what you have in store for you for your future. So I'm so excited to be a part of it.
I'm excited.
Oh, 100%.
I'm excited to
man.
grow with y'all and all the things that Luxe will turn into.
I mean, if you're in Montgomery, Birmingham, anywhere in the state, and you're looking for
I cover the whole
an
state.
agent.
Right?
I've gone to Gulf Shores.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
we do
he's
it.
driven to Gulf Shores.
I mean, if you're looking
to
for an
show
agent
and
that
sell
crushes
houses.
We
it,
do what
Yeah.
we got to do.
Davis Bull, give him a call.
That's right.
I appreciate it.